Barcelona is one of the biggest cruise ports in Europe, and also a bit intimidating. But if you're feeling uncomfortable about sailing from here, don't be. We have port information and tips to make your embarkation day a lot easier. But first, port basics. Barcelona is the cosmopolitan capital of Spain's Catalonia region on the northeast coast, about 150 kilometers from the border of France. As Europe's #1 cruise port, projecting 3.6 million passengers for 2025, it's the main jumping-off point for not just Mediterranean routes, but repositioning voyages to the Caribbean, US, and South America. In a word, busy. If you sailed with a small luxury ship in the past, you used to be able to dock at the World Trade Center right at the foot of the city. But no more. Everybody now docks at the Big Daddy, Adossat Wharf. This is a massive breakwater, about a 5-minute drive past the World Trade Center and over the Porta de Europa bridge. It's an efficient facility, but huge. Think Miami huge, with 5 terminals marked A, B, C, D, and E spread over a 1-mile stretch. Oops, that's 6. MSC and their sister brand Explorer Journeys has their own new terminal at the very end. It's a stunning, eco-friendly building designed by famous Catalan architect Ricardo Bofill. But that's how all the terminals are, mini airport arrival halls. But more on that in a bit. But first, you're most likely going to fly into Josep Tarradellas, Barcelona-El Prat Airport, a roughly 20-minute drive, 9 miles, south from Terminal A, the first dock on Adossat. Now, it's tempting to think you can land and embark on the same day. Just don't. El Prat is one of the busiest airports in Europe, which means potential delays, long immigration lines, and the occasional worker strike. You might do same day if you're flying from within Europe on a short flight landing before 10 a.m., or if you booked a flight through the cruise line. But coming from overseas, no way. Rest with at least an overnight hotel, ideally more, to get over the jet lag and enjoy the city. If you want to stay inside the airport, the only option is Sleep and Fly, located in Terminal 1. For slightly more comfort, there are several hotels just outside with free shuttles, such as the Barcelona Airport Hotel. But we're guessing you might want to stay closer to the action, and we have some cool recommendations for that too, so stay tuned. The airport itself has pretty clear signage and has 2 terminals. T1 is the main hub for international flights, while T2 is for budget and regional flights. So there are several options to reach your hotel in town without a hotel shuttle. You can do a private transfer service, which is of course the most expensive, local train, bus, or metro, which all come from the airport, which are the cheapest but require more time, mingling with crowds, lots of heavy walking, and potential targeting by pickpockets. And then there's the Aerobús, safer and cheaper bus service geared for tourists that does have luggage racks and runs to 4 stops within the city. Or taxi/rideshare. Overall, we recommend the taxi, especially for groups of 3 or more, since the fare is for the whole ride, not per person. Now, the Aerobús is cheaper than taxi, but with a group of 2 or more, the difference in total fares for 2 people buying bus tickets versus the taxi is about 21 euros. In our opinion, worth the extra cost for the door-to-door convenience, ease with luggage, and peace of mind. And that value only gets better the larger your group is. By the way, all cabs are required by law to have credit card machines on board. Getting a taxi is fairly simple. If coming out from baggage claim at Terminal 1, you're on floor 1. Look for the ramp or elevator and go down to floor 0, which is the ground floor. The taxi rack spans the entire length of the curbside down there. Uniformed dispatchers will be there to call you a cab, and if you need a larger van, we'll try to arrange one for you. But remember, the regular taxis have a strict 4-passenger limit. What about Uber? Well, it exists here, but the app will likely call you a regular taxi, which is good because you see the price ahead of time instead of waiting for the meter to end. Barcelona taxis aren't just convenient, they're safe. And they're strictly regulated by the city. Look for the signature black and yellow paint job, and they're everywhere here, 10,000 plus strong, so getting one quickly is usually easy, traffic permitting of course. As long as you stick to official taxi racks or hail a black and yellow car from the street with the green light on top, you're fine. To us, it's the go-to option. By the way, if you're getting some good value out of this video so far, help us out by hitting that like button and share with your shipmates. And consider subscribing. That way, it's easier to reference our ever-growing collection of port reports, ship tours, and tips to help the independent-minded cruiser like you have a fabulous trip. So, where to stay in town? Outside of all the action on the Rambla town center, there are 3 zones we might suggest. Architecture and elegance at Postech de Gracia, good for first-timers, Gaudi fans, and those who want to be close to the Rambla action. The old-world feel of the Gothic Quarter, for history buffs. and the coastal vacation vibes of Barcelona for ocean lovers who want to wake up seeing the cruise ships. And if you want the inexpensive cruise bus shuttle to take you from the World Trade Center bus stop to the terminals, the absolute closest hotel is right at the Trade Center, Eurostar's Grand Marina. But for us sneaky Port Lowdown folk, we came up with a fourth option, located pretty much in between the airport and the cruise docks. The economic district around the Fira de Barcelona Convention Center, the nearby hilltop park Montjuic, and a quieter overall vibe. Our reasoning is this: it cuts travel time between the airport and port in half, and it's only about 10 minutes to the city center. But here's a kicker: very little traffic going in and out, unlike the city center where the meter runs alongside the congestion. Now, Fira is not in the center of the tourist action, but that's what we like about it. The hotels here tend to be less expensive, and the area is fairly quiet and safer. The hotel we chose, Leonardo Royal Hotel Barcelona Fira, was quite nice with a great staff. We got a newer, larger hotel room for a better price, and we didn't have to drag luggage over cobblestones. So it's embarkation day, you're all packed and excited. Which dock will your ship sail from? But the taxi drivers here are pros. Simply say the ship name clearly, like Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas. They have a daily list or radio dispatch that tells them exactly where to go.
The last, yeah.
The Terminal E.
Yeah, Terminal E. Here.
And if all else fails, there's a terminal sign right before you enter the Porta de Europa bridge, which displays the name of each ship in port that day and the corresponding terminal letter. Once at your terminal, the process is pretty smooth. Big tour bus and taxi rack right outside. Now, we mentioned that these buildings look like airport terminals, but they're even fancier on the inside. You might be mingling with in-transit passengers as well as new ones. And despite the crowd, space was so big and the organization so well done, we were upstairs into the transit area in no time.
And very fast.
Very clean, very modern, very, efficient.
Very organized. Everybody seems to agree on their mission.
And good terminal, clean, clear.
Nice seating too, look at that. This is the cruise line check-in area, but the seating area is huge and fancy. And of course, they have a nice cafe bar. Charger ports at the tables. Although you may want to discipline your child or grown-up child to stop pushing it back and forth. And are the bathrooms great? Of course they are. And in the center, this airport terminal-worthy shopping area with a pretty cool souvenir shop. We were on the ship in about 20 to 25 minutes upon arrival, although it could have been longer since we spent time at the souvenir store. Crowds moved pretty quickly. Getting out on disembarkation day was about as smooth as embarkation. Get your bags at the baggage claim and head outside. There was also this handy luggage transfer service just before the exit. And while I didn't see self-service lockers, they appeared to have a luggage storage service, which when we exited was only available after 10 a.m. Crowd control on the sidewalk was unobtrusive and professional. Busy, but not hectic. Also, outside just beyond the main terminal building, there were bathrooms for last-minute emergencies, very thoughtful. The only downside was I wished they had more benches outside. Yeah, this is nice.
No kidding.
And with a really long taxi area, with posted prices as approximate. Remember, these are metered taxis. And everybody was really polite, even when we broke queue protocol.
Wait a big one here, my car too.
The system here is really efficient. The only caveat is that four-seater cabs are in abundance. Vans are more of a minority. If you have a larger group and you need luggage put in and all that kind of stuff, then you'll have to wait a little longer. That said, they really move things quick. Our experience of the whole operation, textbook efficiency, and polite staff. Now, I didn't mention the cruise ship shuttles, the Blue Bus, that circulates to all the terminals. They originate from the World Trade Center area near the Columbus Monument. I only make slight reference here because in our next Barcelona video, we do a port of call version where we go into detail about this service and other transport options, plus some really cool places to check out. So stay tuned. If you'd like more information about the ports we cover, check us out at portlowdown.com. And as always, we love your questions and comments. Keep them coming, and we'll see you on the next cruise.